Watcher everybody, and welcome back to the Zeusdaz Unemulated Retro Game Channel, and it is shit game time once again. Yes, it's another Friday has gone. Jesus, 7 days just goes quick, doesn't it? Best not to blink. What do we got this time? It's on the Commodore 64. It's called Knockout, another punching game. Come out in 1986 by Alligator Software, and this was desperately requested by YouTuber Ray C. Wants me to flush this down the runny toilet into the poo pipe into the vault of shitness, and I'm going to do just that. Now, the game is very simple as far as what it's displaying. That's all you get, a menu. There's no music, some crappy sound effects. That's about it. What we're going to do first is go down to player 2 stamina and put it all level and fight. Yes, I'll tell you a bit more about it shortly as far as the reviews got, but what I will say, let's have a look at the who it was poo-grammed by. It was poo-grammed by Richard Gibbs, and that's all I know. There's nothing else. It looks like it's just him. Yes, 1985, and it came out with a £6.95 price tag in 1986. Let you just think about that for a second and realise how much. £6.95 is still quite a lot today. I wouldn't say no if somebody offered me that. But 1986, you'll be at least tripling, maybe even quadrupling that sort of amount by now. But so you'll be paying roughly about 25 quid, 24 quid, whatever it is, for this shit back in the day. So remember that. 1986, 24-ish pound of today's money, you'll be buying this. Let's get on with it. So here you are. You're the guy on the left. No, sorry, you're the guy on the right. And that's all you do. You can put your guard up and jab. There's nothing to it. That's basically it. And I have beaten this guy a few times. And I just put it down to luck. Because there's no skill. You just put your guard up. Thank you. Come back. Start jabbing again. Literally no sounds or anything. You're just jabbing away and you're hoping for the best. He's got a much further reach than you, which makes it very unfair a lot of the times. Got a few jabs in there, and so he's returning a favour. Get a few more in there. Like I said, it's just luck. And I must be almost... Did I get him? Or was that... let's see, the timeout. What have we got? Is this round 2? Round 2, whatever. Round 1 over. And you ain't going to believe what some of the magazines, well, there's a couple, but one especially, the amount it gave this, you ain't going to believe it. And I'm going to share that information in a minute. Come on, stop jabbing me, you bastard. That's not fair. Yeah, it's a horrible noise as well when you knock them down. That's it. And that's it. That's basically game completed. There's no other enemies. There's no levels, unlike Frank Bruno's boxing. That's it. As soon as you beat him, that is it. And you can create your opponent. I can't quite work out how to do that. It looks complicated. I mean, I can quickly show you. So that's you there. And all I can seem to do is left and right. I can't do anything else with it. It's just yeah, punch. Okay, right. So now we got the punches. Let's do that. Right, I'm sorry about that. I don't know if you noticed a small edit there. Very quick that was, but something went wrong with my screen at the time, so I suddenly had to pause. So I'm back now. But yeah, I don't know what happened there, but to you lot, it was lightning speed. To me, it was a couple of minutes. But anyway, let's get on with this. As I was saying. Yeah, you can see there's a jab to the... There's supposed to be a jab to the stomach and a jab to the head, but I've looked at the Spectrum instructions, and apparently on side 2 of the tape, there's the championship match. So in other words, you fight a preliminary fight on side A, and then on side B, you fight the championship fight. Well, I haven't seen anything like that on the Commodore 64 version. I've checked the tape, I've got the disk image here. Let's just press restore and go back to the title screen here, put that back on 4. Again, it's pointless shit, and I've just got to... Let me just play one more fight a minute. Fight. Again, it's the same crap. Rocky and Killer. Apparently, I'm Rocky. See, now, if you press fire and left, it's supposed to be a jab to the stomach, and fire and right is a jab to the head. But if you can see, I'm doing both, and it's the same bloody height punch. There's no difference. It's the same boxer. It's one round, and that's it. It's just one poxy round, and whether you win or lose, we don't. You know, it's just down to luck, because his reach is a lot further than yours. I've just managed to get a round off him, as you saw. And now I'm getting mullered pretty much. Oh, there's a few good connections there. There, horrible sound when you get knocked down. Last night, the new up and coming superstar in the world of international boxing. You can't get out of this either. You've got to watch all this crap. But while it's doing that, let me review this. Let me just tell you what one of these magazines has said. Right. Stand up and fight. That's what you do in Alligator's Championship Challenge. No over-the-shoulder views for them. In this punch-out, the screen displays 2 full-length boxes. What's that supposed to mean? Seen from a side view, you can fight the computer or another joystick-controlled opponent. If you win 4 bouts against the computer, you qualify for a second battle against a new opponent. On side 2 of the tape, you must use special code to load the second side. I think this is a Spectrum version it's going on about here, because I haven't seen a side B. It's certainly not on a cracked copy. Maybe some of you can comment below and tell me otherwise. I don't know, but I've had a look. But I can't imagine it being any better than this. But basically, this is a review from Computer and Video Games magazine. And guess what it gave it out of 10? This is the Commodore, I'm looking at it now actually, Commodore 64 version. Graphics 8, sound 8, value 9, playability 8. What playability? There's nothing. Left to right and a jab, and that's all you can do. And the value's nearly £7 for 1986, and that's value. Who the fuck was reviewing some of these games in Computer and Video Games? Were Computer and Video Games magazine that bad? I mean, there's nothing I've seen of anyone that personally thinks this is good. We got Home Computer Weekly, it gave it 2 out of 5. Zap gave it 31, as far as I'm concerned, 30 too many. But Computer and Video Games, 9 out of 10 in the August 85 edition, page 23. I just can't get my head around that. Who the fuck reviewed it? There has been some great boxing games on the 8-bits. I mean, first of all, I was a Spectrum owner. I can remember Frank Bruno's Boxing, which was modelled heavily on Punch-Out, Super Punch-Out in the arcade. But that looked great and played well, and it was a tough game. But this, how can you give this 9 out of 10? That's just bollocks. Who the hell's Computer and Video Games? Stand up and tell me who out of you reviewed this back in the day and gave it those sort of ratings. That's just bullshit. Number of players, try again. Oh, why am I even trying? This is crap. Here we go again. 59 seconds to knock out your opponent. And he usually mullers you. I've said I've beat him a couple of times. As soon as apparently you have to knock him out 4 times. So I've knocked him out once. Oh, look, oh, of course, my strength. I didn't, yeah, no. The good thing is you can press restore. It's that one. You've got to get it up there. Now it's more fair. Right, here we go. Oh, it's not fair as its reach is a lot further than yours. You can't get near him a lot of times. 1, 2, 1, no, 1, 2. Trying a combination there. You mean I've got to knock him out 4 times? If that's the case, said I've knocked him out. Fuck off, will you? It's unplayable. It's bullshit, and I'm not watching. That's one beautiful thing about a restore button on the original hardware. You can just quit that crap. Once more. And the thing is, there were several games called this Knockout, and they look identical. Fuck off! Irritating. He's got far more further reach than you have. The collision section is goddamn awful. Oh, piss off. It's goddamn awful. Go on, you put your guard up. Go on then, punch. No, you're not now, are you? I don't believe you've got to knock him out 4 times. It's just... It's fucking garbage. I don't want to play this anymore, Ray. It's garbage. No, rubbish. As I said, there's no music. There's no playability at all. How the fuck can any magazine give this 9 out of 10? How can you possibly go to this shop with confidence with your pocket money, knowing that you've seen a good review of it, you trust them to give them your opinion, and they give some of the likes of this 9 out of 10? I can't get my head around that. Did anybody... I mean, I bought computer and video games back in the day. I think most of my magazines were things like Sinclair User, Your Sinclair. I didn't recall buying many Commodore 64. I didn't really buy Zap. That was... yeah, I didn't buy that many times either. I don't recall buying many Commodore 64 magazines back in the day, but there were certain magazines that covered various machines, like computer and video games. That wasn't a solely Commodore 64 magazine. It wasn't a Spectrum magazine. It covered many formats, but you trust them to give... I don't care what anyone says. I know some of them took backhanders, usually magazines that are young and they needed money to keep them going, so I'll take a backhander, we give them a fucking good review if we get a few quid. Software publishers, yeah, go on, here's a few quid, give it a good ratings. Bollocks. I reckon a lot of that went on. But how you can call this 9 out of 10, surely they would have been called out for this. It's garbage. Did anybody watching this play this game and like it? Is there anything redeeming about this game? Bear in mind, there's no music, it's very limited moves, the collision detection is poor, it reaches out further than your punch can, the sound effects are fucking very limited, awful, especially when you got knocked down. I've heard that knockdown noise so many times in other games, Commodore 64 games. It's like it's been taken out of a shoot 'em up construction kit sound effect piece of software. I don't know, 1985/86, even so, 9 out of 10, £6.95, come on, what the fuck. Alligator Software, yeah, they did a few duds, didn't they? No, Ray, sorry mate, yeah, you're right, it's another good pick. Garbage. And as I said, there's a few other knockout games on the Commodore 64 and Spectrum that's very similar. Haven't reviewed them yet. I don't think there's going to be any difference. I think they're probably all going to be shit. I'd stick to Frank Bruno's Boxing if I was you. At least it's playable and they're much better, and you feel as if you've paid your money's worth. But this is garbage. It shouldn't have... £1.99 might have been acceptable, but it's crap. Bullshit. Sorry, Richard, but this is naff, mate. And I don't care how much pressure you had, if you did have any, under Alligator, whoever the fuck they were, but you knew what you were getting yourself into, and you agreed to do it. It's crap, and to charge that sort of money, the publisher should be absolutely disgraced. So I'm going to give that, for $6.95, I'm sorry, I'm going to give that a whopping great 90 shits on the shitometer for Knockout by Alligator Software on the Commodore 64. Garbage, utter garbage, just rubbish. Don't waste your time with it. I've had several goes of it now, and even if there was extra fighters, it's not going to improve on this gameplay. Nothing's going to change. It's not going to be like, wow, you're in the championship now you get a shitload of extra moves, you get uppercuts now, and you get proper jabs, and you get duck and dives, and you can move around a lot more, and you can tie them up in the ropes and get them in a corner. or play rope-a-dope. It's not going to change, is it? It's going to be exactly like this with a fucking other stupid looking character with maybe a different change of colour in the shorts. Crap. So there we go. That's it. 90 shits for Knockout by Alligator Software. I have to emphasise the software house because there are several games called Knockout around this time that are virtually identical looking. But there we go. Yes. Published by Alligator Software. And Poo-grammed by Richard Gibbs, and it's got 90 shits on the shitometer. So take a bow, Software House and Richard. You have made an edition of Shit Game Time. Bit of a shorter one this time, but there's not much meat on the bone, I'm afraid. I can't polish a turd. I can't drag a game out that's limited like this. There's some Shit Game Times which are last half hour, but that's because there's much more of the game. But this is just two robotic cardboard wooden guys in a ring, couple of jabs. No other opponents, no music, nothing. There's nothing else to go on. There's no more meat to chew in this game. It's fucking crap. Stay out of the way of this game. Knockout on the Commodore 64. It's not a knockout. It's a fucking shit out. Zeus out of Plopsville. Oh, and by the way, do not forget to request those Shit Game Times. Otherwise, we don't get no more publishers being called out, do we? Or any more shit-ometer readings and anything like that. If you want the series to keep going, bring in those requests. Videos will pop up any moment, so you can do that follow-on instructions and click that video and name the shame. Now, Zeus is definitely getting out of Plopsville. Laters.